Listen closely, my child. I need you to hear and feel these words deep within your heart. Your son's time is running out, and it will end on May 25th. I understand you weren't supposed to hear this message, not yet. But now that you have it, you must realize that something is about to happen. Something huge. And it can't be stopped. What's happening on May 25th? Why is there a countdown? I promise to answer every single one of your questions, but only if you are ready. Only if your heart is open can you know the truth. So let us begin. Can you feel it? Is there a heavy weight on your shoulders? How does your chest tighten when you are alone? It's more than just worry, it's a spiritual burden pressing down. It's the feeling you get when you pray out of desperation, rather than joy. You've tried to keep it together, haven't you? Smiling on the outside and trembling on the inside. I see it. I feel it with you. You've carried a heavier burden than most people can imagine. It is about your son, yes, him. You don't talk about it often, but I know how much you care. I've seen you pacing the floor late at night, when everyone else is sleeping and the house is quiet. You have no control over your thoughts, which spin in circles. I see the tears you wipe away before anyone notices, the worry hidden behind your smile as you try to be strong for everyone else. But I want you to know that I have not abandoned you. Not for one moment. You may have felt alone. You may have wondered if anyone noticed your distress. But I've been right here, whispering through signs, dreams, and even that unsettling feeling in your spirit. I have been trying to get your attention. I spoke even when you thought I was silent. Now, I need you to pay attention. What's ahead isn't just another difficult time. It isn't just another setback. This is different. This is the final shake before the breakthrough. Yes, I said final. This storm is not just another challenge. It isn't just another wave crashing on you. This is the shift, the spiritual tipping point. Everything might appear to be falling apart. It may feel like the walls are closing in on you, or that the ground is shaking beneath your feet. But listen closely, it's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I understand you're tired. I understand you've been fighting, praying, and hoping for so long. But this is not just another wave, it's the final one. The storm clouds are gathering for one last crash before the skies open up. And when they do, everything will be clear. But, before you rejoice or despair, you should understand what this storm really means. It is not random. It is not punishment. It is a divine shift. A spiritual battle has raged around your son. Forces have been working against him, trying to break him and you. But the battle is nearly over. The shaking you experience is the final blow before the breakthrough. Are you ready to hear the truth about everything? Because once you do, nothing will ever feel the same. The light is coming. The chains are breaking. Your son will rise, stronger than ever before. My child, there is a fierce battle for your son's life. You cannot see it with your eyes. It's not a fight over fists or words, it's deeper. It exists in the unseen world around you. Shadows close in. Dark shapes reach out. Their goal is to crush his spirit before he becomes everything I created him to be. The enemy has imposed a deadline. He has mentally drawn a finish line. He believes that day, May 25th, will break your son's spirit. He believes it will take away his hope and silence his voice forever. But listen closely, I've also set a date. I am the Alpha and Omega, his first and last breath. While you see chaos, I see a countdown, not to destruction, but to destiny. Your son is not simply stumbling, he is being sharpened. He is not simply lost, he is being tested. Every sleepless night is a fire that purifies him. Every question in his mind is a spark that ignites his faith. Every tear he hides represents a drop of courage being born. His story is not random. His pain is not in vain. I've marked him for a purpose. The enemy is also watching. He thinks that if he presses hard enough, your son will fall. He believes that if despair takes hold, I will walk away. But, child, never. I do not break my promises. What appears to be silence is actually me planning my next move. What feels like a delay is me lining up each piece. What appears to be the end marks the beginning of holy time. Get ready. This is the moment when time itself becomes sacred. This is when the ordinary becomes extraordinary. This is when I enter his timeline. Every second, every breath has resulted in this. This is where the conflict begins. Light bursts through the darkness. Every falsehood is exposed by the truth. You will see that I was never late. I was always on time. My child, remember this date, May 25th. This is more than just a date on the calendar. It's not just another square that passes with the sound of a clock. No, May 25th represents something far greater. It's the last day of this battle for your son. The final stand. The final push. The moment preceding the shift. Every tear you cried. Every prayer you've whispered. All the lingering questions have led to this point. The fear you've concealed behind your brave facade. You swallowed your cries so no one could see them. All of those silent struggles led to this moment. Do not give up before May 25th. Neither should your son. I understand how heavy the days have felt, stretching like shadows across your heart. I know the night seemed endless, with silence that screamed louder than words could. I understand the weight you've carried, it's like a mountain pressing on your shoulders. But listen carefully. The pain, confusion, and silence will become louder before they die. That's how the enemy operates. When he realizes his time is limited, he strikes harder. When he notices his grip slipping, he clings tighter. But, my child, you must stand firm. Maintain your stance even when it is painful. When doubt creeps in, remember to keep praying. Keep your faith when shadows try to steal your light. Because something sacred is on its way. Something holy. May 25th is more than just a day. It's the beginning of something new. It's the moment when everything you've carried is lifted. It is the hour when the shadows disperse and the light floods in. Please hold on, my child. Grab your faith in both hands. Stand your ground like a warrior. And when May 25th arrives, you'll realize that none of this was in vain. All this waiting. All the prayers. All the holding on is leading to something beautiful. Something sacred. On May 25th, your hands will finally let go of the fight. You've been carrying it for so long, like heavy stones in your heart, like chains around your spirit. But one day, you will hand over everything to me. And when you do, I will intervene, not as a gentle whisper or a soft breeze, but as a roaring lion. I'll move with power, strength, and force that shakes the ground. I will take over completely. Not halfway. No, not gradually. Not in pieces, but completely and entirely. Every chain that has bound your son is snapping. Every curse spoken over him is shattering. Every weight passed down through generations, crumbling to dust. Every lie whispered into his heart was silenced in my presence. When I arrive, the darkness flees. Every shadow scatters in response to my roar. You fought for so long. You prayed while no one was watching. You wept in secret. You fasted, waiting for the breakthrough. You held on with trembling hands. But hear this, on May 25th, it will no longer be your fight. The battle will be mine. And I've never lost. Not once. Not ever. Victory is more than just relief. It isn't just about survival. It's deeper. It is eternal. It extends far beyond what you see now. This victory is a gateway. On the other side is a future that the enemy did not want you or your son to see. I made a promise long ago. A promise I intend to keep. Prepare yourself, my child, because what follows will change everything. I know you felt it, the heavy weight pressing down, the whisper of fear in the dark. You asked God silently, "Is this it? Is this how everything falls apart?" You've looked at your son and the challenges he's faced. You've seen the struggle in his eyes and the tiredness in his heart. And you've wondered if this weight would eventually break him, or you. You were afraid that this would be the moment everything crumbled. The moment the walls collapse and there is nothing left to hold on to. But listen carefully, my child. It is the end, but not in the way you expected. This is the end of the enemy's grip. This is the end of the torment that has crept into your home. The whispers of fear that have haunted you through the nights. The shadows that have hung over your heart. This is the point at which everything breaks. Right here. Right now. Imagine chains snapping one by one and falling to the ground. Imagine shadows scattering as light floods the room. The heaviness that clung to your soul like thick fog is gone. The lies whispered to you while you were alone were silenced. The fear that gripped your heart has vanished. This is not simply the end of the struggle. It's the start of something powerful. Something beautiful. It marks the beginning of a purpose. A strong and bold purpose that will awaken others. Your son's story will not be one of mere survival. No, it will be a story about awakening. His journey. His scars. His restoration. They will address those who are lost in their own battles. His testimony will shake hearts awake. His healing will serve as a beacon of light for those who are trapped in darkness. And you, my child, are more than just a bystander. You are not simply surviving this. You're witnessing it. You are witnessing my power move. You are witnessing my mercy unfold. You are standing in the path of my perfect timing. You and your son are more than conquerors. You are witnesses. witnesses to my strength, to my love, to my unstoppable promise. What the enemy attempted to destroy, I will restore. What fear attempted to steal, I will replace with joy. What the darkness attempted to conceal, I will expose. Do you remember what I promised in Isaiah 43 verse 2? When you pass through the waters, I will accompany you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not wash over you. My child, this is the river. You feared you'd drown. The one you believed would take your son away. But I'm here. I, your God, am walking through this with you, not from a distance or from heaven's balcony. I am right there with you, step by step, tear by tear, breath by breath. You're not alone. You've never been alone. I will never abandon my chosen. Look around you. The storm is raging. The wind howls, shaking the ground you stand on. The sky is churning with heavy clouds, and rain falls in torrents. It wants you to panic. It wants you to doubt every promise I have made to you. The enemy wants you to believe that this flood is the end, that it will consume you completely. But listen carefully, my child. My voice is louder in the midst of the storm. When the winds howl and the waters rise, I speak. Can you hear me? My voice is breaking through the din, whispering truth, shouting hope, and declaring victory. When you're knee-deep in rushing water and feel the current pulling, remember this: I'm holding you up. My hand rests on your shoulder. My arm is around your son. You won't be swept away. I promised you that, and I never break my promises. But before I leave, there is one last truth I want you to remember. It's the seal on everything I've said, the signature of heaven stamped on your heart. The enemy has tried to make you forget this truth, but I am reminding you of it today. When you hear it again, you'll remember who you are and why I've never let you go. Faith isn't proven in comfort. It is not measured when everything is going smoothly. It does not shine as brightly when the skies are clear and the path is smooth. Faith is revealed in the fire, when the flames rise, the pressure builds, and everyone around you whispers, "Give up." Faith is the spark that will not go out, even when the wind howls. It's that tiny flame that keeps burning in the midst of a storm, when everything around you says, "This is the end," but faith says, "No. This is only the beginning." When the world says there is no way out, faith whispers, "Watch what my God can do." And that, my child, is the kind of faith I value. That's the kind of faith that can move mountains, split seas, and bring the dead back to life. I am not training you just to survive. I did not put you through all of this just so you could barely make it. I am preparing you for legacy. Yes, legacy. You and your son were not created to live ordinary lives. Your story was never intended to fade into obscurity like a forgotten whisper. I'm doing something generational. Something eternal. Your son's name is not written in the dust of defeat. It is etched in my victory. His identity is not defined by his pain, rather, it is based on my promise. Don't let go. Listen to me now. Don't let the weight of fatigue convince you that nothing is changing. Don't believe the silence means I've stopped talking. Above all, do not doubt what I have declared. This isn't merely a hopeful whisper. This is not a fragile wish. This is not a fading dream. This is a promise. And I don't make promises lightly. What I've said will come to pass. May 26th will not rise out of fear. Think about this for a moment. All of the things that haunt you now, the dread, the tension, the what-ifs that circle your mind, will not stand in the light of that new day. May 26th will bring glory, my glory. Glory that dispels confusion. Glory silences the enemy. And on that day, every knee that stood against your son, every spirit, lie, and force of darkness, will bend. Not by chance. It's not because of luck. But because I've spoken. And when I speak, things change. When I declare something, I complete it. What I have declared over your son, I will finish. I'll finish what I started with him. So now, walk by faith, not sight. Yes, the days ahead may still seem uncertain. The path may still be shrouded in mystery. But I promise you, they are divinely ordered. I'm walking alongside you every step of the way. I am right there, clearing the way for you. But now, my child, I'd like you to pause and consider this. If this message touched you deeply, if it triggered something deep within you, then ask yourself one question. What am I expected to fight for until May 25th? What is heaven asking you to not give up on? What purpose, child, or breakthrough is worth working for? Because I am telling you, what happens on May 25th will change everything forever. My beloved child, that vision was real. What I showed you in quiet moments. Yes, that glimpse into your future, that whisper of destiny, came directly from me. It wasn't just your mind playing tricks. It wasn't merely a passing thought. That promise came true. You are not crazy. You are chosen. You are a part of something bigger than you realize right now. I understand how difficult it is to believe that when everything around you appears to contradict it. But listen to me, you are exactly where you should be. Do you feel the tension rising? Can you see the battles brewing around you, the unexpected attacks, the heavy discouragement, the whispers of confusion that creep in? These are not signs to give up. No, my child, these are signs that you are getting closer. The enemy sees it. He sees the promise I made over you and trembles. This is why he's fighting so hard. That's why the storms have gotten stronger, the nights have gotten longer, and the path has become more difficult. It is because you are going in the right direction. Don't question what I've placed inside of you. Don't let fear undermine your faith. Keep believing, my child. Even when it is dark. Even if you don't see the next step. Even when everyone around you says it's impossible. Hold on to hope. Hope is your weapon. Faith is your fuel. These are not simply nice words, they are lifelines. These are the tools I've given you to get through this season. Supernatural doors are about to open wide. Not just any doors, doors that had been locked for so long you wondered if they would ever open. But I haven't forgotten you. I did not ignore your prayers. I witnessed every tear, heard every cry, and felt every ache in your heart. I did not hear you, so those doors were not locked. They were locked because the time was not appropriate. My child, the time has come. Suddenly, everything will change. Miracles will happen in your life when you least expect it. Not minor miracles, no. I'm talking about undeniable, divine miracles. The kind that makes you stop in your tracks. that causes you to gasp and fall to your knees. Healing is happening right now, as you read these words. Healing for your body. Healing for the heart. Healing for the painful memories from your past. Restoration is coming. I will repair what was broken. What was lost, I will return, in greater measure than you ever imagined. But you must not allow discouragement to prevent you from seeing what lies ahead. I know it's tempting to believe your best days are behind you. That the dreams you've held on to for so long may never come true. I assure you that your best days are still ahead of you. You are about to step into purpose like never before. You are about to walk through the doors I've been preparing you for. And when you do, you'll see that I never left. Not for one moment. Every step of the way, I was there. I counted every tear you cried. Every prayer you whispered, I kept close. Now, get ready. The doors are about to open. And you are about to walk right into the promise I made to you. Trust me, my beloved. I've already started moving. I am already working. Stay ready. For I am about to do something so beautiful, so divine, that you will be speechless. I am the God of promises. And I don't fail.